proposed expenditure be agreed to, and I call the member for Barton.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I rise to speak on the Appropriation Bill, and I understand deeply the significance of this bill and what it means for the people who depend on us to get it right. During my time at St Vincent's de Paul Society, New South Wales, I had the privilege of working alongside the frontline workers who operate our Vinnie's support centres and van services in New South Wales, as well as the extraordinary Vincentian members and volunteers who dedicate their time and hearts to helping those most in need. Through them, I have seen firsthand the hardship faced by the most vulnerable members of our community. That is why I know the importance of strengthening entitlements within our social security system to ensure there is always a genuine safety net for those who fall on hard times. I also know too well the devastating impact that family, domestic and sexual violence continues to have in our communities. But it's not just Vinnie's doing the heavy lifting. Across my electorate of Barton, we see incredible organisations like the Salvation Army in Hurstville, Cogra Storehouse, working tirelessly to ensure that no one is left behind. This Labor government shares that mission. We are focused on ensuring that people, especially those experiencing domestic and family violence, get the help and protection they deserve. Today, I want to highlight two key measures that deliver real, practical support: the Leaving Violence Payment and the Special Circumstances Debt Waiver. Deputy Speaker, every day, people come to organisations like Vinnie's in deep financial hardship. People who are simply trying to find a way to move forward when they can barely afford to stand still. The Leaving Violence program, which became permanent from 1 July this year, provides critical financial assistance for people who are planning to leave or have recently left a violent partner. This government recognises the insidious link between financial stress and the vulnerability experienced by victim survivors of domestic violence. Through this program, individuals can receive up to $5,000 in financial support. But it's not just about the money. It's also about connecting people with wraparound supports, referral services and personalised safety planning. Because this isn't just about financial relief. It is about saving lives, restoring dignity and giving people the strength to rebuild on their own terms. We also know that our social security system can be complex, even overwhelming for those already navigating trauma or crisis. The Albanese Labor government recognises that, at times, perpetrators of violence have exploited gaps in this system, leaving victim survivors with debts that were never really truly theirs. That's why we've introduced legislation to reform the Special Circumstances Debt Waiver, extending Services Australia's power to waive social security debts incurred as a result of domestic and family violence. Under these reforms, Services Australia will be able to take into account the full context behind a debt, including cases where coercion or financial abuse has led someone to make false statements. Let me give you an example. Gemma received the disability support pension for several years. During that time, she had a partner who later turned out to have been secretly working. After that, they separated. Gemma discovered this and reported it to Services Australia, only to find herself with a $10,000 debt. Gemma has limited English, has endured years of domestic violence. The pension she receives is her only income, supporting her and her children through ongoing financial hardship. Under current legislation, Gemma was denied a special circumstances waiver because her former partner had knowingly made false declarations about his income. Under the expanded waiver introduced by this Labor government, Gemma's broader circumstances, including the coercion and abuse she suffered, would finally be taken into account. She would have the chance to seek justice and relief from a debt that was never truly hers to bear. Deputy Speaker, the Albanese Labor government is keeping its duty to put safety at the very heart of our Commonwealth system, to ensure that our social security framework can never be, ever again, weaponised against those escaping violence. This is an important step towards a fairer and more compassionate system, one that truly supports those who need it most. At its core, these reforms are about restoring dignity, security and hope for Australians who have endured abuse. And I will always support legislation like this because every Australian deserves a system that protects and empowers them and that no one is left behind.